assault and batteries, but my trunk stay ever ready. Assault and battery, if you scared, you never ready.
Alright, Redemption Tour 2020, we are still on a roll with these videos. Today's video is going to be my top 5 favorite signed classic superstars. And I made a poll on my Twitter, like 30 minutes long, so if you were on there, you voted either the plaques or the figures, but either way, the plaques is going to be coming probably in the next week or 2 or 10. I have, obviously, a lot to choose from, and whenever people come in here and they see the figures, everyone asks, like, which one is your favorite? And I always go to the same one each time, but every single one has its own meaning to me, has its own backstory, and believe me, over the last 11 years, there's been a whole lot of crazy stories when it came to these classic superstars, whether it be getting them signed or just a matter of getting them in possession to get signed. So I've narrowed it down to 5. I think that's a fair number. And yeah, we'll start with number 5. This is a 2-pack, obviously, of the WrestleMania 6 commemorative Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior, live from Toronto. This figure I got signed in New York during the WrestleMania 29 WrestleCon. But I think anyone who really knows the story between these two, how everything just kind of blew up after the, you know, Warrior left WWE and then Hulk Hogan, they both talk a lot of shit about each other, and getting this figure, first of all, was hard. I remember this was the time Legend Killer and I, we were just on a roll, just trying to find whatever figures we can. And then getting it signed seemed next to impossible because, one, I had never met Hulk Hogan before. And then Ultimate Warrior was like impossible to find. He was definitely like on the top 5 like hardest guys to get. And then he does a signing after, you know, a few years, and then it was like, wow, like Warrior's gonna be signing at WrestleCon. I already had this figure, and I had met Hogan before, but I didn't get this signed. I ended up getting like 3 other things signed, but maybe I think 4. It was like 3 single classic superstars and 2 belts. So I'd already dropped about $500 on just getting things for Hulk Hogan to sign. So I knew that this is going to be the one to just finish it off in one shot. Saturday was Hogan, Sunday was Warrior. And like I said, with Warrior obviously not here anymore, the just the whole value and just everything about this figure just goes up so much more. Number 4 is another 2-pack. This is from WrestleMania 14 with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Shawn Michaels. This one, same thing, I got it finished during WrestleMania 34. Legend Killer actually got me this Classic Superstars for Christmas back in 2010. So I've had it for a long time. And same thing, it's one of those figures that I never thought I would get signed. I'd met Shawn Michaels, like, I want to say at least 5 times at this point. And Stone Cold Steve Austin, another one of those guys, like, you never thought you would meet him. He doesn't do signings, and, you know, if you catch him at the airport, it's very brief. You don't really have time to converse or whatever. So Stone Cold Steve Austin's in New Orleans, he does a signing, I'm like, nice, like, and then Shawn Michaels is there also, I'm like, wonderful, I got like a 2-pack, so there we go. And of course, this is basically my childhood at this point, Stone Cold Steve Austin being my favorite wrestler of all time. This match they had at Mania 14 was like, I want to say just epitomize, like, it was just, it defines my childhood. 1999, 1998, just, what a time to be a fan. And it's funny because there's a lot of kids born in 2000, they didn't live through the whole Austin era, and it's like, it amazes me. I'm like, you guys miss possibly the best time in wrestling, and that's why this figure holds a very special place. Number 3, I know this is going to come to a shock to a lot of you, but it's the Undertaker 1 of 100, the probably the most rarest thing I have in this collection. The things that's going to put my kids through college is this one action figure itself. Bought it for $600 when it first came out, and then ended up paying $150 to get it signed from what was it, WrestleMania Access during WrestleMania 29, and I don't know, what am I supposed to say about this? 100 were made, it glows in the dark, it's the Undertaker. It's now I know it's easier to get Undertaker autographs or like just meet him in general, but at that time, holy, it was definitely, like, I held on to this like my life depended on it. And I remember like it was yesterday, I had it in a drawstring bag, and whoever was at WrestleMania 29, they remember everyone was, because the lineups were in the concourse area for the whatever center in Secaucus, New Jersey, whatever. People were bumping into each other, and I could feel the figure going like a sandwich, and like I was about to elbow the kid, and I think I was with Brian Falcone and Jada, then she was just like, you know, Ravi, leave him alone, like, you're gonna beat the kid up. I'm like, I don't care, he's ruining my action figure. But it came out in one piece, and it definitely glows in the dark. I look at it every day. I'm like, look at Undertaker's face just staring a hole at me, haunting me in my nightmares, along with that Rock That Benoit rock. Number 2 is the Montreal Screwjob, signed by Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And the reason this one holds a little more of a meaning to me compared to the rest of them is the autograph on the bottom, which is Earl Hebner's. He signed right on top of the WWE title. And the only person missing is Vince McMahon. I don't know, I would probably get him to sign it like right along the top, like very small, but either way, like one day I want to get Vince McMahon to sign this, and I think that would just make it even more like crazier, like, and more of an accomplishment than anything else. And you know, this figure's what, 2006, so it's like it's so many years old already, and then now it's signed, and it's very rare to find. But yeah, just having that Earl Hebner signature, I think, just put it so much higher, and that's the one that I still want to get signed. Like, the goal is to meet Vince McMahon and get him to sign that. And there's a few others that I haven't finished off. I know I have like a Kane and Vader 2-pack up there, and it's like Kane hasn't signed it. Very random. I think it's like a Randy Orton and his dad hasn't signed it. But the one that's worth getting is like a Vince McMahon, so one day I will get that. My number 1, and probably my biggest mistake, definitely on the top 5 biggest mistakes of my life, is the... Everyone laughs, I know, keep laughing. This is my first 2-pack that I actually finished, completed. And I was so happy and so excited that I finished it that I decided to get it framed. And the framing cost more than buying the figure and getting the figure signed itself. It's in a big shadow box, gold back. This is like some... And sure, it looks cool on the wall, but you know, would I have done this now looking back? Like, absolutely not. But like I said, it always stands out from all the rest of them because 1, it's in the frame, and 2, it was the first action figure that I did get signed. Triple H finished it off at my first WrestleMania in, where was it, Atlanta. So that's the story. That's my number 1 DX 2-pack. I don't even know how much this goes for. I haven't seen it on eBay. I haven't seen it anywhere, but I'm assuming like it was, I want to say it was like 60 or 70 when it first came out in maybe 2009, 10, but it's definitely, I'm sure it's skyrocketed by now. So yeah. Those are my top 5 favorite signed classic superstars. Favorite plaques is going to be coming next, and probably belts as well. I think now I'm starting to like, I kind of get an idea what everyone wants to see. They want to see my collection. They don't want to see me sitting here and doing wrestling crate unboxings because I have one here and I know no one's going to watch it, but it is what it is. I know what everyone wants to see, but no one wants to see crate unboxings. They just want to see my signed figure, so I'll give it to you. No problem. I will give you what you want. So that's it. See you guys in the next video.